and be merry. Would you cripple yourself in the name of beauty? Yes. And what about you? I hope so. It's really easier than it sounds. Are you ready? Good. Sit down. Catch your breath. And look into the mirror. Are your lips too full? Well, you can correct this. Just spread your fingers all over your face. Then, using both hands, stretch your skin until your arms are just plain tired. Have you got that? If your eyes are too close together, and you yearn to make them appear further apart, then here's a trick for you. Cut them out completely. Then put them back one at a time. Did you do it? Did your hands seem a bit unsteady? I thought so.
Yeah. A little bit of noise, that's all. A little bit of noise. A little bit of super chat Charlie here. Woohoo! Toilet boy. All right. Let me get some stuff set up, everybody. Hold on. Let me get some stuff worked out. Let me get some stuff worked out. Howdy ho. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Joanne, congratulations on being 4th or 5th. Nice job. All right. Sophia, Peter, my favorite people, Joanne, Tim. All right. We got Danny Miles up in here. Very good, very good. Cool. Hey, I already got 8 likes, and we haven't even started yet. That's great. Thank you, everybody. James, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah, so happy Thursday to all. What are we going to be doing tonight? Well, first of all, I'm going to pour a glass of wine. Let's see here. Oh man, I love the Shout album. This was a great devotional. This is devotional 2006. Let me give you a little close-up view of there. Very cool shirt. One of my favorite devotional shirts. The print came out really well. Brian, hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this wine today. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. Peter Graves can tell you. He can vouch for it being one of those weeks. Sophia can always approve of devotional 2006. That's great. So we had big announcements today in the Devo world as far as our special guests for the November 14th live stream that we're going to be doing here as a tribute to the 20th anniversary of the devotional fan gathering that typically happens in Ohio every year, which of course had to be postponed this year for obvious reasons. And yeah, so we announced these great special guests who have been so kind to commit their time to that event next week. And we're going to try to do them proud. And hopefully you guys will all show up to say hi to them, ask them some questions and such. I tell you what, man, this morning is one of those mornings. Yesterday I worked all day on getting the whole Devo email blast worked out and all the imagery for the social network posts and all the information and all the links that go in the news, emailing, and had it all ready to go. So I went to sleep last night feeling pretty relaxed and knowing that all I really had to do was wake up in the morning, click send on that mass email, and then post to individual socials pages, which wasn't going to be that much of a hassle. So as luck would have it, and it always happens, something always goes wrong, even if I plan and plan and plan and plan ahead. Okay, so I wake up and I open the FanBridge account, which is the service that Devo uses to send emails to their mailing list. And I open it up, and I open up the email that I've created, and I go to do what's called a text version update, so that people who get the email, who choose to see it not in HTML form, but in just plain text form, will get basically the same information as the people who get HTML. So when I clicked update the text version, all of a sudden everything disappeared. I mean, like everything in that email disappeared. Text, imagery, background colors, everything was gone. So I had to like 5 minutes before I was going to announce everything, I had to go back and recreate that whole damn email again. Oh man, I think I actually grabbed my head and held onto my skull and screamed for a second. But we got it done. I found a test email that I'd sent myself earlier in the morning, which wasn't exactly the way I wanted it, but it was close enough so that I could read the text that was in there and copy it all back. Anyway, it was just one of those mornings where it was a little tricky to get the information out there. But once it was out there, we got lots of great responses, and Fred Armisen was so kind. He called me to confirm everything, and he said that he saw the news post, and he shared it on his Instagram page, which really helped us a lot. So that was really cool. Reverend Android, how are you? Nice to see you here. Hey, I haven't been to devotional in years, but hopefully we'll drop onto the, oh yeah, you got to drop onto this one. And now this is not a devotional event per se. We could never compete with, we could never actually do a virtual version of the devotional that would do it any justice. So don't expect this to be a devotional event online. It's just a tribute to the 20th anniversary of our beloved event. And there's not going to be any live bands. There's not going to be even any Devo music because that we get into copyright stuff there. But there's going to be special guests. There's going to be Devo fans like yourself who are going to be reminiscing about past events and fun stories. We'll have hopefully some pictures from past events to show you, and some special guests live here in the house that are going to be helping me with this stream, because obviously it's going to take more than just me to run what's going to be going on for at least 4 hours on Saturday, November 14th, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah, my nose is itchy. Let me scratch my nose real quick. Ah, nose is itchy. It must mean I need wine. Mm, mm. I tell you what, I'm so glad that we got that information out there. And the socks, have you seen the new Devo socks? I think they're fantastic. There's 4 new pairs now, making that 6 designs total that Merge for the sock company has made for us. And I think all of them are really great. There's some I like more than others, but I really dig all the socks, and their socks are quality. Anybody out there who has them knows what cool socks they are. Jerry Casali especially likes a design that he came up with. It was just the plain black socks with 2 or 3 energy domes and then DEVO on the socks. Very, very basic. He loves those. He wears them all the time. So for those of you who have seen the socks, what was your favorite of the new 4? I'm hearing, there we go. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, moderator, for putting that in there. There's the link to the Merge socks. There's 6 pairs, 6 pairs total, 4 brand new pair. And you like the Science Boy one, Peter? Okay, cool. Yep, yep. The Science Boy one was actually a design by Jerry as well, except it wasn't exactly like he designed. They kind of took his idea and mutated it a little bit, but he still liked that one. So, but his favorite is the black with red energy domes for sure. What else? Yeah, it'll be nice to Sophia. It'll be nice to see everyone chatting, even though it's through YouTube. I think I'll be able to have 6 people on screen at a time, but I'm really not going to be going that way very much. I'm going to be keeping it to like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 people on the screen at a time. I don't want to get too confusing. I'll bring people in here and there to talk to our special guests, and it's going to be kind of a learning experience for sure. And knowing that, hey, Lu Sheng Blue, friend of Phil's. Oh, cool. What have I been listening to lately? Today, I don't think I heard any music. I was so busy all day, I didn't hear any music. Yesterday, I heard this band called Freiheit. Freiheit is a German synth pop band from the 80s. I was listening to them yesterday, singing along. I listened to some Public Enemy yesterday. I listened to, what was it, the record called 1991 Armageddon, 1992 Armageddon, something like that. What was that album called? And then I listened to their very first one, very first album. Yeah, man, welcome, Lu Sheng Blue. Lu Sheng, am I saying that right? Lu Sheng? Ja Poople, what's up? Don't forget to tune in, Ja Poople. Thanks for being here. Obsesso and Live are pretty nice. Phil Rivers, thanks, man. All right, so let me know. I'm doing this with my phone because I didn't want to use StreamYard, and I'll tell you why. Because I have a limited number of hours on StreamYard for free with my free StreamYard account. We are going to be doing a run-through, a test next Thursday with some people here. They're going to be helping me with the stream. My friend Tim, Nick, who is the co-manager of the DEVOtional with me, he'll be here. And our friend Jason will be here with his Devo costuming. So us 4 will be here next week. We'll be here Thursday doing a run-through, basically just checking cameras, making sure we can import people, making sure we can share screens of imagery and videos and whatever. So we're just going to be running through a test next Thursday on my weekly live stream, a test for the Saturday event. So kind of a technical run through on everything. And so please be here for that too, so we can bring you guys on as guests to test things and make sure everything works. So yeah, so that's why I'm doing it with my phone right now, so I don't use my StreamYard hours. And also, I'm in the process of, I think I'm going to be getting fiber internet, which is going to be a much different world, hopefully, than my cable internet. Now, right now, Spectrum is working overtime trying to fix my internet. It's been really crappy, well, for a few months, but especially this week. My upload speeds have been horrifying, like 1 to as low as zero point 0.1 sometimes. Every now and then they get up there to 5, 10, even 20, but man, it's really unpredictable. It goes all over the place. So let me know. Oh, National Honor Society. Whoa, man. Well, okay, if you're going to miss one, I'll let you go on that one, Sophia. But be here the 14th, of course. But thank you for letting me know, Sophia. We will miss you greatly. We will miss you. Make sure can your parents be here or are they going to be with you? I guess they're going to be with you, huh? Damn it. Um, so, uh, so yeah, I'm saving my hours. What year devotional shirt is this? 2006. Good seats. So I'm saving my StreamYard hours for that. And I wanted to use my phone this time in case I have to switch over to my hotspot really quick. It'll be, I think, easier to do it on my phone. Whatever. Plus, we had some syncing issues with mics and cameras last time when I was doing my laptop. So just trying it this way. Let me know if is it slow? Does it sound good? Let me know if it looks and sounds good right now. And I think it does though. It looks to me like it's in sync. I don't see much bit mapping or anything, but let me know. Yeah, congrats on that, Sophia. That's really cool. Oh, wow, watching the ceremony being live streamed. So they could probably bring 2 laptops, 2 phones, and watch 2 live streams at the same time, right? You know what I mean? Um, we've got some mystery mail to open up today, which I just got today. Mm. And in case anybody was wondering, audio and video is good? Okay, thanks, Tim. Did you hear the music playing at the beginning? Was that okay? Did the microphone on the phone pick that up okay? Always curious to know how this stuff works as I learn more and more about it for these streams. So let me know if the audio on that music came through okay. I look a little choppy. No, it's probably my internet. And because I'm telling you, my upload speeds at this house are horrifying today. And okay, good volume in the beginning. Okay, great. Yeah, my internet is all screwed up, and I think it's because it's cable, and I think it's because my neighborhood is growing so quickly with a bunch of rich people, and they probably have like smart homes and 15 different internet devices in their house, and they're probably downloading dumb movies all the time. Anyway, they're hogging up the bandwidth. I think this is my uneducated opinion, but I think cable is like just is screwed in my neighborhood, and I don't think it's going to get any better. So tomorrow I have a meeting with AT&T about their fiber plan. So we'll see if we can make that happen, and that should give us uploads and download speeds 10 times better than what we're getting now. And I do need to drink more. Thank you, moderator Tim, for inviting me to partake. Anyone else out there have a drink? Cheers. I want to give a special thanks to my friend Peter Graves, not only for always sending me cool stuff and thinking about me and thinking about the quality of the stream, but he was helping me with some pretty major computer issues this week. He was such a great soldier in the fight, and I think Monday we're going to kind of put a cap on all that and have it all sorted out with the help of my friend Sam Osterling, who's my other IT buddy in this whole mess. So thank you guys. Cheers, Peter Graves. Cheers, Sam. And thank you again. Mm-hmm. We're going to get it all figured out. Yeah, Peter does rock. David Kalman, what's happening? Cheers to you too, friend. Anybody I missed? I don't think so. I think I've acknowledged everybody here. Right. I think so. How is everybody? I always ask you this. I'm going to ask you again. If you are so inclined, please type in the chat something positive or something that has progressed in your life, something good that has happened, something that made you happy. since the last time we were here streaming. I always like to hear the good news in people's lives. As far as my life goes, um, there's some couple of bits of good news I want to tell you, but I don't want to jinx it. So I'm gonna wait till how do I say this? I'm gonna wait till those bits of good news are completely completed, completely done and spoken for. It's hard to explain, but there's some good news I'm going to tell you soon. I can't tell you yet. Not even Devo related, but I can tell you that eBay sales have been going great for me. People are still buying a lot of stuff online. I have not had the time to actually work listing new stuff lately because computer issues I've been dealing with. Everyday computer issues. I mean, like every day I'm on the phone with Spectrum or AT&T or Peter Graves or somebody. But lately, last couple of days, I've been working on the news announcement for the devotional stream. So I have not had a lot of time to go thrifting or to add new stuff to eBay, but sales keep trickling in, which is good. And that's always nice. I spoke to Jerry Casale today. He was doing okay. We're going to run a test with him on Friday for the live streaming on Saturday, just to make sure all his equipment works. Again, like I said, I heard from Fred Armisen today. He gave me a call, and he's really excited about the event, and bless him for agreeing to do this. I know he's a busy guy. I think he's going to be working in Vancouver while we're doing the stream, so he's making time for this, and man, do we appreciate it. Sophia, you got a broken finger? What? How'd you break your finger? I had no idea, Sophia. Did you already tell me this? Did I forget? Was it playing Devo songs on the bass? Thanks for the thumbs up reminders, Tim. It's great. We got good thumbs up right now. And that makes the YouTube magic go forward and around. It makes it happen. So anyway, the music you were hearing before the stream started was from this, you've heard it before, it's from this compilation that a collective, a record label of sorts that I was a part of. Oh, listen, my phone's ringing. Let's get a little theme music for this. So yeah, that music you were hearing was off this compilation, and it was by my band called Silica Gel, and it was a song called Beauty Bugaboo. And, oh no, you didn't tell me you caught a ball weird. Caught a ball weird. Well, I got to say, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody tell me that they called a ball weird and they broke their finger. That'll teach you to play with those sport balls, those sporty sport things. You know what? Sports. I was always afraid those balls would break my fingers, so I never played sports. I was like, you're going to throw what at me and you want me to catch it? No. Hell no. Don't throw stuff at me. Unless it's Joanne. Joanne can throw stuff at me because she's good at throwing stuff. I've seen Joanne throw stuff. Oh, this song slaps. What's it called? It was called Dumb Ringtone that I didn't choose. As you know, my corgis will see North Carolina for the first time. That's right. Tim is coming down here and bringing his dogs. He's going to leave his dogs at a friend of mine's house. I hope my friend is prepared for what he's about to experience. The dogs will not be at my house, I can tell you that much. No dogs allowed here. No dogs, no masters. Only cat gods. Yeah, I have a rule about my house. Mostly, well, it's always no dogs, but it's mostly always no children. Every now and then I make an exception. If I would like to be a bad influence on a child, I let them in. But otherwise, kids are not allowed. Let's see. Gibby, you got lots of potatoes there in the chat. Thanks for that. Sophia Peter Graves says, Sophia, I just found my high school diploma. That gold sticker with the torch. Yeah. No, Leonard's not calling, Sophia. Leonard's not calling. Well, maybe he was. I don't know. I'll check afterwards, I guess. Phil says, this is the first stream I've seen live, but just the other day I bought a New Traditionalist on vinyl at Barnes & Noble. Wow. it was there for months. I just had to take it after. Oh yeah, yeah, cool. That must have been the reissue they did. Maybe did they do that last year? I still haven't gotten my reissues of the two records that just came out. I think they were record store day releases or some such thing like that. I don't know exactly the deal there. I gotta uh, remind myself, do some searching on that. But I think Rhino released them, and I have not gotten mine in the mail yet. But I think they're coming soon. Um, what's Gibby thinking about? I don't know. He's thinking about spuds. He's thinking about potatoes. The Queen of England loves and has corgis for 80 years. Yep, corgi fans. January 2020 release. What, for the Devo ones? No, Aaron's already got his. No, they're being shipped right now. Mine just, every time I get these from the label, they always take a little longer because they ship all the paying customers ones first and then they ship my free ones after that. So, yeah, so anyway, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. We have got noisemakers, right? We got our noisemakers in case we need to use these. Of course, we have Super Chat Charlie with his mystical toilet and his really great beady little eyes. And we have this mystery mail to open. Now, I know this is from an old friend of mine. His name's Billy. He lives in Athens, GA. And the way I met Billy was really interesting. I was on tour with Negativland, well, Mark Hostler of Negativland, in 1995 or 6, I think. And what it was me and a few people from this collective, Wiffle Fist, me and Ian Shannon and Skip Elsheimer, we went on tour with, and I think David Jordan was there with us too, wasn't he? Anyway, we went on tour with Mark Hostler of Negativland, and it was billed as Mark Hostler of Negativland with his friends from Wiffle Fist or something. And we did some Negativland songs on that tour. We did some original stuff. I did arm farts. It was really fun. But when we played Athens, this crazy band opened up for us, and they had masks and dark shades with tape over the glasses, and they had these fake beards, and man, I can't remember the name of them. If anybody was at that Athens show in 1996 and you remember that band, and I can't remember the name, but it was a crazy band. They were noisy. They had a couch they brought out on stage that they were jumping over and doing all kinds of stuff. And I met one of those guys in that band. His name was Billy. Briefly that night, we exchanged, greetings and conversation and talked about the weird stuff we were into, and then that was it. I didn't see him again for years until 2002 or 2003. I went back down there to do an art show for Mark Mothersbaugh, and I happened to be at a yard sale, and there was this guy, Billy. And I don't know how I think maybe it was the shirt I was wearing. Maybe I was wearing a Devo shirt or something, and he made a comment about it. We started talking, and then we realized that he was in the band that opened for us in Athens. So we became really close friends, and we hung out the whole time I was there in Athens or Atlanta or wherever it was back then. And we had some great times. He had some rubber masks. I had some a rubber mask or two or something, and I remember running around the town in rubber masks, doing weird stuff. I think I might even have video of that stuff somewhere. But he's a weirdo. He's a great guy. I haven't seen him face to face in many years. I think the last time I saw him was when he was working for CNN in Los Angeles many years ago when I was on tour with Devo. He gave me a ride up to Mark Mothersbaugh's house where I was staying. And that's the last time I think I saw him face to face. But he got in touch with me recently over the last few months. He's been watching the YouTube channel, and he sent me this and said that I could open it on stream. I have no idea what it is, so we will do that. Let me try to catch up here in the chat. Oh, we're all Devo tape, the 1990 print. Oh, cool. The We're All Devo tape, I think he's talking about VHS. I don't think that would be a reissue. Well, I mean, it's a reissue from back then, but yeah, now it's considered vintage. Yeah. So there was two versions of that, I guess, right? Is there any difference between the OG and the reissue? You know what? I would have to really look at that to remember, but I don't think so. Unless the Are You Experienced got dropped off of it, maybe, or maybe that was just the. I know in one version, Are You Experienced had to be dropped off because they couldn't get the rights to that. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's Cardinal here. The Guild's here. The Guild, the Cardinal Sin is here. Welcome, my friend. You know, I got to mention, two people here in this chat have recently been putting more content on their YouTube page. Peter Graves and Gil James Babel, also known as Cardinal Sin. I think his channel is actually called Cardinal Sin. But anyway, they've actually been putting little bits of content up, which is exciting. I like watching people, blossom and start their YouTube channels. I think it's a really fun hobby, and if you could make it something that makes a little income, that's cool too. But it really is a fun hobby and a great outlet, especially during these kind of pandemic times that we're going through. You're in bed waiting for the pain meds. Ooh, that's a good thing. I mean, you know, I guess if you have pain and you're taking pain meds, it's not so great. But I've had some good pain meds in my life while I was in pain. I was talking to my friend Tim earlier that I kind of got addicted to morphine years and years and years ago. Back in like late 80s, early 90s, I had caught some wart virus when I was in the hospital for a collapsed lung in 1990. I remember now. Somehow, when I got out of the hospital, I caught this wart virus, and they were all over my fingers, especially the tips and like right around the fingernails. And I had to get them burned off and frozen off and cut off, and oh man, over and over again. They just kept coming back because with a wart, I think the thing is that with warts is you're going to have them as long as the virus is in your body, and sometimes the virus just leaves or goes dormant. So I was getting these things burned and frozen and cut and over again, and there was so much pain because it's like right on the most sensitive, the things that you feel with. It was the most excruciating pain I've ever felt. So I got a prescription for morphine, and man, morphine was something else. I mean, it was really easy to do. It did make the pain go away, and it made you feel really nice and happy. So when I had to stop doing the morphine, I remember going through like shakes and like, a little withdrawal. I thought it was pretty interesting. Dennis Killaney is here with the yo, yo, yo. What's up? All right. I'm glad to see you, Dennis. I'm glad to see you, man. Dennis, I hope you can stop by next weekend, next Saturday, for the November 14th devotional tribute stream. It's going to be pretty fun. Or it'll be a complete nightmare and a train wreck. But we're going to see what happens. So, welcome everybody. I think what we'll do now is, let me think. Oh, I wanted to update you on something. Speaking of packages. Now you remember, hey, writer Jordan Gory, Jory Lurie. See how quick I said that? I love saying that name. Yeah, sometimes I find myself shaking from, what is that a lyric from? I don't remember. Tecker time. What's up, Tecker time? Yeah, Gilligan's in the house. I made it off that damn island, can't you see? And this professor here is the guy that got us off the island. His magic toilet. Professor Super Chat Charlie here got us off the island. Yeah, devotional 2006 shirt, buddy. Vintage. Chat later. Oh, you will be in the mountains? All right. Thanks, Dennis, for stopping by. Yeah, man, hit me up for sure. Aspirin Damage by Alice Cooper. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm not as familiar with Alice Cooper as I should be, I must admit. Gotcha, Falcon. What's that mean, gotcha? Is that gotcha, getcha? Gotcha, ping, pang. Tecker time. I'm seeing lots of new people in here. Thanks for stopping by, you guys, girls, people. But anyway, speaking of packages, the one I opened last stream, which I thought was a gift from somebody from Sweden, and it actually turned out to be something I had shipped to Sweden back in May, but was being returned to me damaged in a completely different package than I had mailed it in. And anyway, it was a nightmare. I actually, if you can believe it, I actually called stamps.com, which is how I mailed it, and explained the situation. And they actually gave me $25 postal credit, which, if you've ever dealt with the postal system, you know that it's really hard for them to give you anything back if something is lost or damaged. It's just almost impossible. So I was really glad about that. I mean, it doesn't cover the money I lost with that damaged shipment because of the record that was damaged and all that stuff, but at least I got a little bit of it back. So that helps when I have to send that customer a new record. So that was good news. Um, oh, Cooper's new wave period. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm really interested in that part of his career. I know that a lot of people don't necessarily like that part of his career, and that's kind of why I'm more interested in it. I remember when I was a kid seeing Alice Cooper, I always thought he was kind of cheesy, kind of because I thought Kiss was more scary than Alice Cooper. And then when I discovered stuff like Guar and punk rock and death metal, then, even Kiss, of course, was not scary anymore. But Alice Cooper, even when I was a kid, seemed like more like a kid's show version of horror, like a puppet show rather than a real scary thing. Even with his head being chopped off in the guillotine, it looked, I don't know, there was something about it. It didn't have an evil enough edge to it or something. I don't know. Old school rockers going new wave in the 80s was so weird. Well, let me tell you something, Sophia. There's this one particular record, song actually, that blew my mind because it was an old school rocker who went new wave. And this was back in the old school rocker's height of his career in the 80s. I'm talking about Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, Ozzy Osbourne did a song with a great band called Was Not Was. And I think it's actually Was Not Was, is how you pronounce it. But anyway, Was Not Was did an album called Born to Laugh at Tornadoes. And there was one song on that record called Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed. And the way I discovered this record is I had some older friends, adult male, kind of, almost like father figure friends back when I was a teenager, who all worked at this radio station in Charlotte, North Carolina. And long story short, we became friends. They invited me to the station because they knew I was such a fan of music, and I kind of at that time wanted to be a radio DJ for a living. When I was a kid, I thought I would be this rock and roll DJ, right? Because I loved music and I just wanted to play music all the time. So I thought, what a great job! They would have me down to the station, and they had this room called the record room, where they would put all the records that didn't fit their format, that they weren't going to play for whatever reason, and they would just let me go in there and pick stuff out. So I would pick all the records that looked new wave or heavy metal or punk rock or weirder stuff. And I picked that Born to Laugh at Tornadoes Was Not Was record up. I took it home, I played it, and that's when I realized that the song Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed was a new wave synth pop song with Ozzy Osbourne singing it, and it blew my mind because I was a huge Ozzy fan at that time. Huge. And still am. And I still love that song. Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed. Ozzy Osbourne, Was Not Was. Beautiful. I don't know who convinced Ozzy to do that, but damn, they deserve to go to heaven. Right? I don't know Wheel Me Out. That was, I only know their first album, really. I only know their first album. Then after that, I lost track. Um, Whoever has not heard, check out Temporary Secretary by Paul McCartney. Oh, yeah. That, man, that's Temporary Secretary by Paul McCartney is actually like, when I let Jerry Casale hear that, he described it as Devo-Eno damage. Like Paul McCartney had Devo-Eno damage because he was doing stuff that sounded kind of like Devo, kind of like some of the more experimental stuff that Brian Eno did. And it's amazing. Google it now. Google Paul McCartney Temporary Secretary and check it out. And the thing to do with that song is you play that song for people. Don't tell them who it is. Ask them to guess or whatever. They never will. And then when you tell them who it is, they're blown away. They're like, what? What's a Macca song? Macca? Is that McCartney? Is that slang for McCartney? I didn't even know that. That's cool. Gibby Andrew Cox. I like that name. So rock, and roll high school. Definitely brain damaged. Nothing wrong with brain damage. I think we all have a little of that, hopefully. I probably have more than most. You guys, this wine is tasting good. It's really taking the edge off, I mean, today was a pretty positive day, right? Except for the start of my day, which was a little frustrated. But I'm just looking forward to tomorrow when I get to kind of investigate this whole fiber internet business thing where I'm supposedly going to get 1,000 up and 1,000 down speeds, which would make these streams really smooth, I think. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I've been meaning to listen to that for the longest time. Oh, temporary secretary, you mean, Japoopel? Dude, I'm losing a little bit of the track of the chat here. Crisis Makeup. I like that name a lot. How are you? Where are you from? Where are you from, Crisis Makeup? Nice to see you in here. Your dad effing hates that song, Temporary Secretary. Well, it makes sense. I mean, if your dad likes Normie Norm, Paul McCartney, Beatles music, he's not going to like Temporary Secretary. I, on the other hand, think Temporary Secretary is like a golden miracle piece of music on this planet. For somebody like Paul McCartney to do a song like Temporary Secretary, crazy. There's another Paul McCartney song that I don't know, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it sounds like something really offensive. It sounds like he's saying something dirty, but he's not. And I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Andy! Hello, Andy. How are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Andy is a long-time veteran of the devotionals. She came to some of the earliest ones, and we miss her. We hope she comes back. McCartney 2 is just an amazing album overall. Yeah, I don't even have it, Good Seats. Isn't that the one with Temporary Secretary on it? I've been kind of looking for that album on CD in the wild, at thrift stores and stuff. Haven't found it yet. But when I do find that album on vinyl or tape or CD or whatever, I'm going to buy it just for that one song. And maybe I'll even like the rest of it. I don't know. I tend to like Paul McCartney's music and even Wings more than I like some of the Beatles stuff. So, Check My Machine by Paul McCartney. Is that the one that sounds like he's saying something dirty? Check My Machine? Look, what is this? Goddamn people keep calling me. Okay. Did that handle it? Looks like my camera's getting a little slower. I don't know. What are you guys seeing? Okay, so we should go ahead and open this just in case. I mean, it's getting to be like around 40 minutes into the stream, and we found that about 45 minutes to an hour into the stream, sometimes my internet goes crazy. So let's open this mystery package from my crazy cool friend Billy. And there's no telling what could be in here. There's no telling, because this guy, I tell you what, we've had some weird times together, and it's always really entertaining. So I'm kind of really clueless and excited about seeing what's in here. Okay, what do you see? What are you seeing in there? Anything? Okay, you guys ready for this? You guys need to get a drink or something before we do this? What's going on? You ready? Who's ready? Wait a second. Somebody drop a 666 in the chat if they're ready to see what's in this thing, and I'm going to pour some more wine, if you don't mind. A brick? Nope, not a brick. Something green. Well, might be. Right? I love mystery mail, you guys, and ever since I started, doing what I do for a living, working in the music industry and traveling a lot and meeting people and working for bands, I always get cool stuff in the mail. Now, especially when I started streaming, that amped it up a little bit. But yeah, I've always been getting cool stuff in the mail. Thank you for the devils and the 666s and the 333s, Andy. Just times that by 2, Andy, and then you'll be okay. All right, so here we go. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, see these little crazy letters? Okay, he's nuts. I like him because he's crazy. It says something good, maybe podcast background music. Oh, maybe this is copyright free stuff. Maybe trade for a Devo shirt, size large, black preferred. Okay, maybe I'll send him a Devo shirt for this. Now, here we have some Oat Crunch packaging. I like the Oat Crunch packaging. Totally into that. Here we go. Here we go, guys. It's getting exciting. All right. Oat Crunch packaging. Going over there. All right, here we go. First thing out. You see it before I see it. What is it? I know it's a cassette. What is it? Is it good? Is it good? Oh, yeah, it's good. Wow, check it out, you guys. Repo Man soundtrack on cassette. Can you believe it? I don't think I've ever seen this on cassette. When I saw this movie when it first came out, it's awesome. I'm not even a big movie fan, but I loved this movie when I was a kid. It had some great punk rock music in it, and all the kids who were into punk rock music went to see this movie. This movie and Suburbia were classics of my era. Damn, this must be hard to find. Looks like it's in great shape too. Billy, if you're watching, brother, thank you for this. This is right up my alley. I'm going to totally add this to my collection. There's no way I'm going to sell that. That's cool. Repo Man soundtrack. For all you movie people out there who haven't seen Repo Man, Sophia, you should see Repo Man if you haven't yet. Have you seen Repo Man, Sophia? Yeah. Every car needs one of these. Isn't that a quote from the movie Peter Graves? I haven't seen this movie since it first came out probably, but I think I remember that from it. That is really cool. Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole. Yeah, great stuff on this. Sophia, you've got to see this movie. It stars some people you may recognize. Harry Dean Stanton is in this, and who's the young guy, the young popular actor who's in this? What's his name again? Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, but Harry Dean Stanton, I remember who he was. He plays in this. Who's the young guy? Yeah, Emilio Estevez, right? Is that his name? Yeah, he's in this. Great stuff. Ted Carnage, hey, welcome. Thanks for being here. Awesome. H. Tom C42, yeah, Estevez, right on, right on. So, there's more, you guys, okay? Let's see. Oh, this looks spooky. Look. Creepy green tape. Okay, does it say anything on it? Cicada 666. You, my friend, Cicada Mania, you get a special song from Super Chat Charlie and his mystical light up toilet. Are you ready? Are you ready? Thank you so much for the Super Chat. This is what you get. Oh, yeah. Super Chat Charlie! Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Cicada Mania. How do you pronounce your name? Is that Cicada Mania? You rule. Super Chat Charlie says, you rule. And there's his mystical toilet. And there's his atrophied arm. Thank you so much for that. It's very appreciated. I appreciate the tips. It really helps my little life here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And I like your icon, the moth. Is that a moth? I like that. Nico. How's it going, Nico? Yeah, let me tell you about Super Chat Charlie, Nico, just because I know you're really curious. Now, Nico, this is an old Halloween decoration from the late 80s, I'm guessing, because I made this probably in the early to mid 90s. And then I stripped all the Halloween stuff off of him. I left the pants and the boots. I took his skin off and left his arms. And anyway, put a toilet where the skull used to be. I think there used to be a skull or a candle here in his hand, but I put a toilet there. And then this face is a Xerox. As you can see, the back is just a bunch of wiring and tape. But this face is actually a Xerox of somebody who was in a Swingin' Singles magazine. Back when, before the internet, you had to buy magazines to find your Swingin' Singles partners. But this guy here was looking for some play. And I cut his face out and Xeroxed it, and he's been Super Chat Charlie for quite quite a while. His name wasn't Super Chat Charlie back then because, of course, there was nothing called Super Chat back then. But he's been a good guy. I've lived with him for decades, and yeah, he's creepy. So yeah, nice to see you, Nico. Thank you for being here. How'd you find out about the channel? I'm always curious how people find out about this thing here. So it's a bug, cicada. Yeah, cicada. Yeah, I couldn't get my mouth to work that way. Michael, you've taken away all the mystery of Super Chat Charlie. No, there's still a lot of mystery. I mean, like, the mystery is, why the hell would I keep this for almost 30 years? And why does it still work? I can't believe it still works. But yes, thank you for that Super Chat. It was very much appreciated. Now, let's get to this that made me laugh earlier. Okay, so this is a tape, okay? Right? And it just looks like that on one side. Blank, green, mysterious. But look what it says on the other side. Okay? Let me know if you can read that. Can somebody read that? Can you read it at all? Okay. It says, I can't even say what it says. I'm trying to run a family show here, you know? It says, Diary, basically, of a poop eater. Yeah, Diary of a Poop Eater. And, yeah, Diary of a Poop Eater, censored by, I swear it says, the chicken F-U-C-K. Diary of a Poop Eater by the chicken F-U-C-K. This is my friend Billy, and how weird and out the wall he is, and I love it. I can't wait to hear what this sounds like. I hope it still works. Looks like it's on a tape made in 1982. So we're gonna hope by the chicken copulators. Good one, Peter Graves. Thank you for saving me on that one. All right, now look, this next part of this package and the last part. Oh no, it's not the last part. Okay, well look at this. Look at this. Check that out. Adam Ant book, Stand and Deliver. I have never read this. The autobiography of Adam Ant. You know what? Honestly, I haven't read a book from cover to cover, unless you're counting the Devo book, for a long time. And I'm going to read this one. Thank you. Thank you so much, Billy, for this. I'm a big fan of Adam Ant. I got to see him perform live a few years ago when I was on tour with Devo. I was in Los Angeles. My friend DJ Lance Rock, who's going to be a guest on our stream next week, he got me into the show, and it was fantastic, fantastic concert. So there we go. Adam Ant book. I'm going to read that. And now the last little thing here in the package. There's this little card. Okay. Some cats getting down here. Cats are gods, by the way. And Nico, where are you? Did you answer my question? I'm really interested to know how you found out about the channel, Nico. Anyway, and then there's this in there, this CD. Okay. Let's see what it says here. Berliner Session Grillowski, a special guest. Oh man, I can't pronounce that name. A name I can't pronounce. But yeah, look, it's a CDR, homemade looking. I have no idea what kind of music it is, but we're gonna find out. It looks like it was made in Berlin, so we're gonna check that out. I wonder if there's any copyrights involved with that. We'll look into that. But thank you, Billy, for that great stuff. I'm psyched about it. Repo Man on a cassette, man, and the chicken copulators. We're gonna have fun with that. Yeah, Adam Ant rocks. He was in Greensboro right before COVID. Really? Oh yeah, I remember now. I was gonna go. For some reason I couldn't. I don't know why. I couldn't afford the ticket or whatever. But yeah, I would have gone. I'm not an Adam Ant. I do respect that he didn't want to be associated with a New Romantic. Man, Adam Ant. I've got a live bootleg recording of Adam Ant back in the day. And oh my God, that concert's so good. He was such an entertainer. Such an entertainer. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you guys come next week to see the devotional 20th anniversary live stream tribute. Gil, thanks. Did you find the Wayback Machine CD I sent you? Uh, I don't think so. Was that in a new package that you just sent recently? I don't know. Or was that in a bunch of CDs that you sent before? I've only listened to one of those so far, but I don't know if the Wayback was in there. But Gil, I know you don't like noise, but since you sent a super chat, I'm going to let Super Chat Charlie entertain you with his light up toilet and no noise. Look at that mystical, magical toilet. Super Chat Charlie, a Super Chat Charlie. He's giving you a toilet. The toilet's magic. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Gil. So, Gil, why sometimes do you use, pardon me, the Gil channel to chat and sometimes use the cardinal sin? What's the difference there? Oh, it's in the package with the black flag posters. Really? A Wayback Machine. I'll have to dig through the. I have the stuff right over there in a milk crate of all the stuff people sent me. So I'll look through there and see if I can find the Wayback Machine CD. Because I'd like to go way back. I'd like to go way back to the 30s. I'd like to see the Boswell sisters play live, and I'd like to see Cab Calloway perform live. That's that's when people ask you, hey, if you could go back in time, where would you go? I'd always go to the 30s, early 30s, Boswell sisters, Cab Calloway. That would be my shit. Taken on tour like Elvis's jacket. Hey, what's up, Ian Shannon? I was talking about you earlier, Wiffle Fistin, and we were talking about the Hostler Fist tour, the Mark Hostler of Negative Land Wiffle Fist tour. We were talking a little bit about that. Nice to see you, Ian. Very good, very good. Yeah, so you're in the Cab, Sophia, right? Cab Calloway. If you haven't checked out the Boswell sisters, you really should. They do some vocal harmonies and acrobatics that are quite impressive. And back in the day, the Boswell sisters were kind of they were called by some people savage chanters because they would change the rhythms of these well-known songs from back in the day, and they would make them faster or more savage, I guess. And it was almost like punk rock for 1930, 1931, 1932. They were, when they would be played on the radio, people would call and complain about the Boswell sisters, and so you should check it out. Yeah, you got to check out the Boswell sisters. And Sophia, thanks for you guys finally listening to Silica Gel. I think I remember you telling me that you finally listened to Silica Gel in a dark room with candles or something, which is really cool. I appreciate that. Andy, you way out, Pilmeridge. You way out when things weren't so whacked out. Things have always been whacked out, Andy. Don't kid yourself. They've always been whacked out. I miss Dr. Demento radio days. I never got to hear his radio show live, but I do have records of his radio show. I remember finding a really cool Dr. Demento album, one of those compilations that he put out on the streets of New York City back in the 80s, mid to late 80s, early 90s. Homeless people would go to the, I assume they're homeless. People would go to the rich neighborhoods. They would bring all the stuff they found in the trash from the rich neighborhoods, and they would go sell it down in the East Village on St. Mark's Street, around that area of New York City. And so on the sidewalk, you would just see people laying out stuff on blankets or whatever, records, tapes, books, clothing. And I found some super fantastic records that way. Just walking down the street, records were 50 cents, a dollar, whatever they were. Found some great stuff on the streets. But they don't let people do that anymore. You have to have a permit to sell and blah, blah, blah. But back in the day when it was a little more wild out there, you could find some really good stuff on the streets of New York City. What's with the new Eastwood Bob 1 Peekaboo guitar? A friend of mine, Jade Dellinger, who I haven't really seen face-to-face in many years, he did some research on this Peekaboo guitar, and he had, I don't know if it was Bob's original, maybe it was Bob's original guitar that he got somewhere, or he had a similar guitar. Anyway, he contacted Eastwood Guitars to see if they would be interested in making it, and then they contacted Bob 1 and me, and Everybody agreed, yeah, it's a great idea. So I was a little surprised that it was announced so soon. I thought it would take a little more time, but yeah, it is announced, and they're taking, I guess, pre-orders or deposits on the guitar now. And once they get enough deposits, they'll have the guitars made. And maybe next year we'll have one to give away at the devotional. I don't know. I know we have some other cool stuff to give away at the physical devotional next year, but we also have some great raffle prizes to give away on the virtual online devotional tribute um, November 14th. Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. So you can go to Devo-Obsesso.com, Devo-Obsesso.com, and if you go to the link that says 20th anniversary event, in there it'll mention our raffle. If you click buy raffle tickets, or maybe Tim can find the link for me now. If you click buy raffle tickets on the devotional page, it'll take you to a page that shows you a few of the raffle gifts and a chance to buy however many tickets you want. I think they're $5 a ticket or something. All that money goes into making next year's devotional happen. You know, paying the rent on that, paying the sound man, the bands, the flights, all that stuff. So, and that's really how devotional makes most of the money that we spend on getting special guests there, on hotels and all that stuff, is through that raffle. So this year we're hoping the online raffle can generate some income for us too, so that we can use it next year. Because we did pay the Beachland Ballroom this year for the event that got canceled, and we just let them keep that money because we know that they're hurting too, and it's also their 20th anniversary, the Beachland Ballroom, where we've had many, 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 many devotional events. So cheers to Beachland Ballroom, and of course we hope they survive all this. We know they will. Crochet Clown Ken is doing great. You can see him back there, wide awake, happy, smiling, all dressed up. He's doing great. Crochet Clown, it's really hard for the Crochet Clown to have a bad day, really, you know? So he's good. Now, Dr. Demento is still around, yeah. He's still alive, I think, yeah. I think, now, I don't know if this was something I imagined when I was a kid. I don't know what, but I think there was an MTV VJ. He was a really normal looking guy, short, dark brown hair, real normal hairstyle, just kind of looked like a frat boy kind of guy. But I think I heard somewhere that he was Dr. Demento's son, but I don't know if that's true. Joanne says, Michael Pilmer, show David Kendrick your clown. He will like it. Oh yeah, David Kendrick likes weird stuff. David Kendrick also collects condoms, all kinds of condoms from all over the planet. He has a huge collection, and I've actually given him a few over the years when I find interesting ones. I think I gave Leonard Graves Phillips is calling. That's going to be a constant thing on this channel now. Ever since I said Leonard Graves Phillips might be calling, you guys latched onto that. It could be Fred Armisen. It could be Jerry Casale. It could be Mark Mothersbaugh. It could be Thor. It could be Stan Lee of the Dickies. It could be Ann. It could be Tim. It could be Jesus calling me. Finally trying to get me on his side, but he's owed me $20 for too long. Pilm, I've been new. I like your style, Joanne. I like your style. I like your style, Joanne. You're a good kid. You're going to be a real weirdo when you grow up, and I like it. You're probably way more grown up than I am, actually. So, everybody, let's do this. We've opened the package. We've talked about good stuff. Let's take some questions from the chat. And as my phone keeps making sounds. Hey, and oh, look, guys, thank you for the likes. We have a lot of thumbs up this time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm not going to ever make this channel something where I charge memberships. There are some channels that do that. They charge like $1 a month to be a member. They do special membership streams. I'm not into that. All I really need from you guys, in the least, is your support in the thumbs up, in the subscriptions, and watching my videos. It really helps me a lot for you to watch the videos. So if you just do that for me, that's all I ask, really. Yep, there we go, Tim. Devotional Tribute 2020 raffle tickets. I believe. Oh, I don't know if that's the right. Is that the right link? No, I don't want to try it. I think that's the right link. But you'll see some raffle prizes there listed. There's also other ones that are not listed there that we're going to give away. Some really cool ones. And in the days coming before the event, we're going to announce some more raffle prizes. Hey, Christy, thanks a lot. Guess what? Super Chat Charlie, Super Chat Charlie, Super Chat Charlie, coming for you. Oh, look at that. Oh, Super Chat Charlie. Be careful with that toilet, man. Be careful with that toilet, Super Chat Charlie. Be careful with that atrophied arm. Oh, look at that atrophied arm. Oh, Super Chat Charlie's feeling good. Thank you, Christy, for giving me an excuse to play with my toy here. I'm a 50-something-year-old man who likes to play with this toy, okay? That's how I roll, and I am not apologizing for it. Sophia says, I'm looking at colleges in Northeast Ohio, Northwest PA. Any cool activities, places you recommend in the area? No. You know what? Ever since I moved out of Ohio, I've been happy about it. You know, I like going there for devotionals, but I wouldn't want to live there. Pennsylvania, probably the same thing. I went there a bunch as a kid. I think my mom at some point had a boyfriend in Pennsylvania. We would go out there. I didn't like anything about Pennsylvania, really. I mean, there's some big cities in Pennsylvania that are cool, I'm sure. But what I remember about Pennsylvania was that it was boring and horrible. And my my mom's boyfriend was a hunter, and I remember this specifically. And I haven't really thought about this since I was a little kid. And you just brought it to my mind. I remember once my mom's boyfriend, the hunter, brought me hunting with him. I don't know what he was thinking. He obviously didn't know me. So he brought me deer hunting with him. And as we're out there sitting behind this tree with his stupid gun, he like sees a deer and he's getting ready to get in position. And I screamed, ah! And the deer ran away. And that guy got so angry at me. I think my mom and him even broke up probably over that because I was not going to let him shoot that deer, and I didn't give a damn what he said to me. He could suck it was what I was thinking. You know what? You could suck it, man. You ain't gonna shoot that deer. So yeah, if anybody ever takes me hunting with them, believe me, I'm not gonna let you shoot shit. So let that be known. Hunting is stupid. That's real stupid. You know. Gil James Babel. Sophia, what are you interested in studying? Yeah, what are you going to be studying, Sophia? You know, and don't let this be a hindrance to you, Sophia. You can go into college wanting to study one thing, and you can always change your mind. I went into college studying to be a DJ. So I was in, what do they call it? Communications or something like that. I think it was called communications. And then I realized I don't need to go to college to be a DJ. So then I switched to visual art because I figured, well, there's some real training and skill involved there that I might need to learn how to use certain equipment. This is before computers were used to do to do graphics. So I had to learn how to draw everything by hand and sketch things out and use all these crazy tools. So that really worked well for me because that gave me a little background in what I do now. So don't sweat the major so much, you know, just go to school, learn what you can, and also realize that going to school, like for me, going to college was a huge opportunity for me to get out of my parents' home and learn how to live with other people without my parents being there, learn how to take care of myself, learn how to do my own laundry, learn how to keep my own place clean and organized. And it just was this burst of freedom in my life. Like, not that my parents ever really held me down or anything. They were really cool and letting me do whatever I wanted, basically, and hear the music I wanted to hear. And they, you know, they didn't have an iron hand on me or anything, but it was just good to get out and learn how to deal with other people, you know? It was great. Drink. Thank you. Yeah, visual art. That's what I majored in. But then I, you know, don't let this be a, don't let me be an influence this way, but I quit college before I graduated because I found that I couldn't work a job and go to college and do both things adequately because I couldn't pay for college all on my own. I had to, I mean, I had some grants And my parents were not paying for my college. They could not do that. They had no money. So I had a couple of grants, and then I was working on the side to pay for college. But I realized that I was spending all this money on this visual art major because it costs a lot to buy all the equipment and the materials and the papers and the inks and all that stuff. So anyway, I had to quit because I thought I should just go get a job and get paid to do visual art rather than paying a school to do visual art. So that's what I did. I just went and got a job in visual art before I graduated, and then that just set me on my way. But you know what? If your parents are paying for it, go to school and use your parents' money. So yeah, thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. We got more thumbs ups than we got people watching, which is always a good sign. Or it just means that people liked it and then they left. You know what I mean? Yeah, Sophia's parents are pretty cool, Christy GS. I wonder how you knew. How'd you know that? Mm. But anyway, I was determined to go to college, even though my parents didn't have the money. Well, for one, because I thought it was my ticket to be a radio DJ. But then what I realized was it was actually the way that I needed to learn how to be kind of an adult and take care of myself and not rely on parents for whatever. So it really opened my world up as far as that. And then you start meeting like weirdos. You start meeting people who are like you or like the same things. And we started forming bands and, you know, doing all this great creative stuff together. So that's what college really meant to me. I barely remember anything I learned in those classes in college. I couldn't tell you one chemistry class thing I learned. I couldn't tell you anything about algebra or any of that stuff biology, history. My brain didn't retain that stuff. My brain only retained stuff that I was really interested in. Maybe that's a sickness or some brain damage that I had, but yeah, I could only, the only stuff that sunk in and stayed in my brain was stuff that I really wanted to learn, you know? All that stuff they tried to force me to learn, it just didn't stick. I don't know. So, am I getting boring to you guys? I'm just rambling. Are there any more questions that I haven't answered here? Hey, Vincenzo Bartone. Wait a second. I recognize that name, I think. Bartone. You've been to devotionals, right? Are you the same one that I'm thinking? Hey, Alonzo. Yeah, that's Alonzo. Let me tell you, that's an atrophied hand. That means those muscles don't work anymore. You see that? I'm glad you liked it, Alonzo. Thanks. Hey, how are you? How did you find about this? How did you find my channel? I'm always interested, Alonzo. Yeah, that's me. Okay, Vincenzo, it's good to see you. I enjoy seeing you at the devotionals. I enjoy your passion, and you seem like a great guy, and I wish you the best. And please feel free to come back here anytime you want and join us. And I appreciate you being my buddy here on YouTube. The college experience does change you, even if you don't remember a lot. Oh yeah, the college experience. I never understood people who would go to college but then live at home. I never understood that because going to college for me was the method to escape this life that I'd led as a kid. You know, living in my parents' house and not really paying bills or anything like. When I went to college, I had to start doing all that stuff myself. So it really kind of got me on my feet and made me learn, you know, okay, I got to earn so much money a month to pay for this and that, the phone bill or whatever, the tuition. And let me tell you, I paid my student bills off pretty quickly after I got out of college. After I quit college, my mission was to pay off those student loans, and I paid them off within 2 or 3 years, I think. Brian Hurd, what a nice chap you are. Would you like a little gift from Super Chat Charlie? I bet you would. Here's a light up toilet for you. Oh, Brian, we appreciate your tips so much. We would like to show you this light up toilet. Oh, and have you seen the atrophied arm? Maybe you'd like the fact that his muscles don't work in that arm anymore. And there he is, Super Chat Charlie, giving you a little beady eye action there. Oh, thank you so much, Brian. The tips are so appreciated. I love you guys. You want the full experience, Sophia. That's right. Don't be afraid. of anything in college. You got to take everything, absorb it, embrace it, and spit it back out in your own way. You know, you got to go for it. Go for the gusto. Vince Bartone says, I missed out on Devotional 2019, but I'll be here for the 2020 event and next year's. Good. I like to hear that, man. Thank you. And we hope to give you a good time. We're going to do our best to make everything work flawlessly. But, you know, de-evolution is real. So we're going to see what happens. Found your stream when I watched your video on assembling the headgear. Oh, okay, cool. Alonzo, thank you for coming back. Really appreciate it. I've had some great autograph stories we told recently. The Rick Springfield one with my friend Michelle. Told a Duran one recently, the Mentors. More of those coming up. I got to figure out a couple more that I can do. I've been working so hard on this, getting everything ready for the stream on the 14th that I don't really have any video content ideas right now, but I gotta post some video stuff between now and then if I can. So we'll try to think of something that we can put out to you guys. Oh, I almost forgot. I finally ordered a hard hat liner. Oh, great. Well, let me know how that goes. If you want to watch that video I put together, hopefully that'll help you insert the hard hat liner in your dome, but you will find that that dome fits nicely with those in there, and you'll feel like a real hero with that, you know? You'll feel like a super duper hero with that thing. Yeah, so let me remind you, next Thursday, my live stream will be a test. Running a test, importing people as guests, sharing screens, technical stuff, microphones, headphones, multiple cameras in the house, multiple people in the house, and yeah, so be here for that just so you can help us test things. And then Saturday, it's on. Saturday, the big event. You know, I'm really nervous, but I'm really happy it's happening. And gosh, I can't believe the people that we have coming here. DJ Lance Rock, my good friend DJ Lance Rock has agreed to be here. He's always so super cool. Of course, Fred Armisen, he was great when I met him at Devo shows in years past, and then when he performed with Devo at the Burger Boogaloo show a couple years ago. Fantastic meeting him at the rehearsals and finding out how much of a Devo fan he really is. You guys are going to love talking to him on the 14th. Gil, how the bath salts I sent you treating. Oh, I love bath stuff, Gil, and I got to tell you, those bath salts. I got this little like kind of hot tub bath up here upstairs, and it's big enough for like 2 people. It's not a huge like hot tub, and it's got these things called air jet massage jets. So it's not like those hot tub jets that are like all intricate with the little parts that you can direct different places. It's just little holes around the bottom of the bathtub that shoot basically air out of them, so it makes bubbles. And you fill that tub with hot water and some bubble bath and some bath salts, light some candles. That is instant relaxation. And then my friend Cricket, my cat, Miss Cricket, she loves bath time, and she'll sit right on the edge of the bath, you know, while the bubbles are going and the steam is rising and all the, you know, bubble bath is bubbling up, and she'll just sit there and enjoy it. She's not scared of the sound of the bubble the bubble motor or anything. She's just totally into bath time. But yeah, thank you, Gil, for those bath things. I love them. They make my nights really cool. I've been taking more baths because of those. Thank you. Yeah, I snorted them. I snorted my my loofah. I snorted all my shampoo. Snorted toothpaste. Whatever else is in the bathroom, I'll just snort it right up. That's how I was taught. You know, my parents taught me well. Okay. Well, it looks like my phone is still going. I'm going to plug it in just in case the battery is getting low. Okay, what does that do? Anything? We good? We good? We good? Looks like we're good. What else did I want to tell you? I haven't seen the Vinyl Guru in here. I was hoping to say hi to her. My friend Whiskey OG from the RV slash sometimes drama community. I was talking to him earlier. He's very excited about the special guests for next week. He saw the post I made here on my community page, on my YouTube page today. If you go to the community tab on my YouTube page, you'll see the picture of all the special guests. They're going to be on this stream next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but November 14th. That's so romantic. Well, this whole thing is romantic. The crocheted clown is romantic, right? Who's going to argue with this guy being romantic? Atrophied arms are fairly romantic. Okay. Well, what is the drama community about? Well, Christy, there's different parts of YouTube, right? And there's this thing that people call the bottom of YouTube. It was a phrase coined by this guy that has a channel called Vlogger Puppets. This is what I understand. He coined the phrase bottom of YouTube, the boit, B-O-Y-T. And within the boit, there's a lot of drama channels, which basically thrive on just talking about other channels. Like, oh, she said that about him, and he said that about her, and he's accusing her of being an e-beggar, which means like people who just go on stream to beg for money all the time. Like literally just say, come on, somebody send me $100. You got to send me $100 because I need gas for my van, or, whatever. So these people just accuse each other of different things, and I don't even know if it's real. Sometimes I can't figure out if it's real drama or if it's just drummed up stuff for YouTube views, but I have noticed that the more drama and mayhem that you have going on in your channel, the more views and likes you get. And also the more dislikes you get. But I think in the end, dislikes and likes, they both help the algorithms stay happy of YouTube. So anyway, the drama community is a trip, and the drama community kind of pokes its head into other communities, like the RV community, traveling RV people. They'll dip into the drama community and talk shit about people and blah, blah, blah. But it's something that I don't get into, and I don't really, I'm not really into that kind of content, but it's interesting to me because it just happens to be the way that I discovered YouTube, was through this puppet channel, Vlogger Puppets. And then he was making fun of certain people in the drama community with his puppets. And then I had to discover who the puppets were representing. And then I just made friends with these people in that community. So Dave Hughes is the king of boit. He might be. I don't know who Dave Hughes is, but, whatever. Oh, Renaissance, writer Jordan Gory Jory Lurie. That Renaissance is autographed, by the way. Yes, it is. I'm a huge Village People fan and collector, and I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm a huge Village People fan, especially of that album Renaissance. I think it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece of new wave / disco, punk, synth pop. It's a whole blend of different things in there. The clown is, Tim. Don't talk shit about the clown, Tim. You're a moderator. You need to calm down. You need to be the clown's friend. But yeah, so different communities in YouTube, and it seems to me, like even in the vinyl community, the VC community they call it, even in the vinyl record collectors community, they have a tendency to go drama every now and then, talking about he said, she said, oh, that channel, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about with vinyl, and oh, he doesn't, it's just like, I don't know, it's like high school, junior high school shit to me. I've never been one to be into the that kind of talking about people negatively. I just don't think it does anything positive. But yeah, Vlogger Puppets. There you go, Tim. Vlogger Puppets is great. He has these rudimentary, ugly little crazy little puppets he makes, and they're so fucking good. I don't know why. I think it's so funny, those puppets. But I'm into puppets anyway. I'm a big puppet fan. Mm-hmm. Master of puppets, they're pulling your strings. Anybody know what that is? Come on, you gotta know what that is. You're not old, Christy GS. Um, but yeah, Metallica. There you go. I knew somebody would get it. I saw the Master of Puppets tour back in the day in the 80s when Metallica opened for Ozzy Osbourne on the Bark at the Moon tour. Blew my mind. Boom. Boom. I thought Metallica was the most punk metal band I'd ever seen at that point. Um, and I think I saw Corrosion Conformity right around that same time, which was the other most punk heavy metal. Actually, they were the most heavy metal punk band. Metallica was the most punk heavy metal band. So there you go. Pull my strings and I'll go far, Sophia. That is Dead Kennedys. Thank you very much. I love me some Dead Kennedys. Sex over the phone. Oh man, VP Sex over the phone is great. I mean, I don't know if I've heard a Village People song that I don't like. I like them all for different reasons, but and there's some that I play more than others, but Sex over the phone is great. I mean, their topics and their aesthetic was so 70s, 80s. I mean, it was like they embraced it, you know, and they were pioneers. Can I say that? Village People, they were pioneers in their craft. You know, the costuming, the image they portrayed, amazing. Gil says, I thought Metallica was great when I first turned on for them. After Master of Puppets, I couldn't stand them. Oh, I still like stuff after Master of Puppets. I mean, most of their albums. I never liked Reload, but I did like the Black Album. I did like Injustice for All. A lot of good stuff coming out of that band. COC, yeah, I was friends with those guys. Still am friends with those guys. Our good friend Reed Mullen, the drummer of COC, passed away early this year. It was a real bummer. I just talked to him in December. We were going to get together, and unfortunately, he passed away. So, big bummer for COC and all their fans. And Reed Mullen, hope you're doing okay, brother. And maybe we'll see you again someday, Reed. Yeah, I know. Village People were pioneers. Yeah. Hey, CKT1138. I think that's a movie reference or something. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for coming. Thank you for coming to my stream. How did you find out about this thing here, CKT1138? Now, just let me tell you, I don't know anything about movies. Very little about movies. I'm not a movie person. I never watch movies, but I know that T1138 from when I was a kid, something makes me think that is a movie reference. And yeah, that's all I know. Jug is slightly okay. I think I know you, but I don't know you by that name. Jug is slightly okay. Who are you, Jug? But hi to you. Sebastian Castro, Argentina. Wow, Sebastian, what time is it there? You want this shirt? Well, this is a hard one to find. 2006 devotional shirt. I don't have any of these left in stock, but yeah, it's rad, right? There's a lot of cool Devo shirts in this world, I got to tell you. And when you see somebody in a Devo shirt walking down the street, you know, I mean, at least I know, I got to go up and say something to them every damn time. I am John Kremley under a different name. Oh, okay. I knew I never saw your name here, Jude. Thanks for coming. How did you discover this channel? Cheers to you. Um, and so, yeah, Sebastian, I'm glad you're here too, Sebastian. Thank you for making the effort to watch this stream. How did you hear about it? How did you come to find this channel? And assuming everybody in the chat is subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. I just got to 2,000 subscribers maybe a month or two ago, and I'm getting closer to 3,000. So if anybody hasn't subbed up, please do. I want to make this channel keep growing over this next year. I've only been streaming for about exactly a year now, and I'm enjoying it. And thank you again for everybody who makes it possible for me to do this. Peter Graves, the Cardinal, the Swengels, all of you people, Tim, all of you people that donate your time and energies and money and whatever you can to make this happen for me, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of hell. Let's see. I've been watching your videos for about a year now. Wow. Oh, that's cool, Jude. That's cool. Well, I stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I have been for quite some time. And so I would love for you to come over here and join in anytime you want. Sometimes I have a lot of content planned for these Thursday streams. Sometimes not so much. Sometimes we're just shooting the crap here. Cardinal Sin is back as Cardinal Sin. He was once Gil Bavel, but now he's Cardinal Sin. What's happening? And again, like I said, Cardinal's been putting some new content on his. He's been streaming, doing interviews with other like-minded, geeky people, and I say that with much respect, geeky people in this world. And so you should go check his channel out. The meds have kicked in, and he's feeling good. Well, cheers to that, Cardinal. But looky here. We've been doing this for an hour and a half. How are we doing? Are you guys still entertained? Like I said, my internet has been iffy these last few days, so I'm not quite confident that this will keep going flawlessly like it has, but we'll keep trying. Sebastian says, here is 22:27 p.m. I've never seen any guy with a shirt of Devo here. When I make my own shirt, I feel somewhat weird because nobody knows who Devo. Sebastian, there are some old devotional t-shirts on sale at Devo-Obsesso.com. Now, Tim, if you could do me a favor, Tim, go to Devo-Obsesso.com and go to the store page. I think it's called the Devo-Obsesso store or something. Get that link and put it in the chat for Sebastian, because Sebastian, you might find a couple of old devotional t-shirts on sale there that you want to take advantage of, because I don't have a whole lot of them left, but what I do have left, some of them that are there listed on that store. So I'm going to burp. That was a good one. That was a wine burp. That's no like soda pop burp or coffee burp or beer burp. That's a wine burp. It's like classy wine burp there. But funny enough, I only just hopped in. It's always neat hearing from the esteemed Mr. Pilmer. Esteemed, huh? Don't you mean just steamed, like steamed broccoli, steamed carrots? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love, It's always nice to get compliments and love, thank you, writer Jordan Gory Jory Lurie. 11 of 10. Wow, I knocked it off the charts. It was like Spinal Tap burp. Went up to 11. Yeah, so anyway, broccoli. Lord, I love broccoli. That's one healthy food I really like. But yeah, there you go. The Devo-Obsesso store link. Sebastian, you may find some old devotional shirts there that you like. I think there's one or two designs there at least. And if you can't find anything there you like, email me from the Devo-Obsesso page. There's a contact page where you can send me a message, and I'll dig around in my archives to see if I have anything in your size that you would like. Because I do have a lot of stuff that I've collected over the years, and duplicates of those things. So every now and then I can be convinced to sell them. Broccoli, a.k.a. Broccoli. That reminds me of Dave Brocky of Gwar, who also passed away fairly recently. He was the singer of the band Gwar. He was such a nice dude. He was completely rock and roll, lived the rock and roll lifestyle, died the rock and roll lifestyle, but a genius guy, and I'm a big fan of Gwar. I used to follow them on tour all the time. Yanez, Aka Octao, Argentina. Ooh, Argentina. I don't know what you just typed there, but I love Argentina. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. How did you find the channel? And how do you pronounce your name? I want to know how to pronounce that correctly. Yanez? Yanez? That's quite interesting. I like it. But welcome. Welcome. We're just sitting here chatting on a Thursday. We talked a little bit about this devotional tribute live stream that's going on next weekend, next Saturday, November 14th. It's a tribute to the 20th anniversary of a Devo fan convention that's been going on since the year 2000. So we're all going to gather for that. And then next Thursday, what will be happening is we'll be having a test of all of the devotional live stream equipment, cameras, switchers, screens, shares, and all that stuff. So we're going to be testing all that stuff then. Willkommen, Cardinal. Willkommen. I like you guys. You know, with you guys in the chat, I don't feel weird talking to a camera all alone in my house. I don't feel weird about it. Do you have an unpopular Devo opinion other than your justified love of Snoop Noodle Maps? Oh, I'm sure I do. God, it's hard for me to pull one out of my head right now, but I'm sure I have an unpopular Devo opinion. I love Shout, the album. I love Smooth Noodle Maps. Um, I don't know. You got me there. You stumped me. Anytime and always, my friend. Oh, Tim is spreading the love. Um, yeah. Wow, that's a really tricky one. An unpopular. Well, does anybody else have an unpopular Devo opinion? Because I'm having trouble thinking of one. Besides the fact that I love Smooth Little Maps and Shout. Um, Gosh, I don't know. You really got me thinking. Ja Poople is back. And he's back just for the fellers, though. He's only back for the fellers. Ja Poople's just into the fellers, y'all. He just made that proclamation today. I guess that's kind of like coming out when you say you're just into the fellers. I'm just fucking with you, Ja Poople. Me liking Shout is my only unpopular opinion. Um, well, you know, Oh No is my favorite. That's a really good one. No, it's not unusual. That was a killer synth pop album. When that came out, when that album started out with "This is Devo," we would like to say, my little teenager ears were like, Devo's talking to me. Devo's talking to me right now. That's Devo talking to me. Like, blown away. And I remember, let me tell you something else about Oh No, It's Devo. And I think I've told people this recollection before. But when I was a kid, a teenager, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the Oh No It's Devo album came out. I had it on cassette, and I had my boom box that I would carry with me around the neighborhood, and I would have the boom box handcuffed to my hand so that nobody would take it out of my hand without taking my arm with them. So I had my boom box handcuffed to my hand. I was sitting on a bench in a park or something with a friend of mine, and we were listening to Oh No It's Devo on tape. And we were just sitting there bobbing our heads and talking, and I was like, my dream, my dream would be to be able to talk to these guys and ask them about what some of these songs mean and how they came up with ideas for these costumes. And wow, what if I could, help them design a record cover? And like, I just had all these ideas in my head, like, gosh, if I could only just ask them questions and be able to call them and say, hey, let me ask you about this song. Well, that all came true, guys. So my little teenage self would not believe what my 52-year-old self is living right now. I would absolutely not believe it. So dreams come true, you guys. Sometimes dreams, nightmares are dreams too, so be careful, but dreams do come true. I loved Oh No. Wow, loved it. Shout's your second favorite, Job Poople. Wow. Well, Nutra's my favorite just because that's the one that I was like really waiting for. I discovered Devo through Freedom of Choice, which is, most people my age discovered Devo way back when, but I didn't hear him till Whip It. So New Traditionalist was the first album that I was really waiting for to come out, and I was like at the store. I think it was Woolworths or something in Charlotte. I was there ready to buy it. I was psyched to see them on the cover. I love when my favorite bands put themselves on the cover. Love it. Um, Sophia Swingmill says, yeah, the Enigma albums have some good stuff, but they don't cut a rug to the first five. Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes that stuff grows on you, Sophia. So Sophia, I think maybe Shout took, I don't know, maybe a year to grow on me. It confused me at first. Total Devo took a little while to grow on me. I think I liked Smooth Noodle Maps right off the bat, though. And I was really, really happy that Futurismo, our friend Delaney in the UK, who ran the label Futurismo Records, he put out Smooth Noodle Maps and Total Devo deluxe reissues a year or two ago or so. And man, that was a dream of mine come true. I always wanted to have those be released with dignity, with bonus tracks, with gatefold covers, with all the bells and whistles, because Warner Brothers or Rhino, nobody was going to do that for those albums. Nobody was going to give those albums that respect. And it happened thanks to our good friend Delaney and his beautiful label, Futurismo, which is unfortunately not around anymore. But Delaney, he rules. He's a good friend of mine, and I actually am probably going to call him in the next few days because I miss talking to him. But he, those records, those Futurismo Devo records will go down, I think, in history as being some of the coolest, most creative Devo releases of this era. You know what I mean? Uh, blow up, hutchu wah wah, blow up. Um, I've told this story before about Smooth Noodle Maps, and I'll tell it again just for people who are new here. So, my good friend Bob Casali, rest in peace. How you doing, Bob? We When I first met Bob Casali and Lisa Casali and his family, I would go out to California and visit. And there was one time, one of the first times I was out there visiting, that we were all going to bowl. They're a bowling family. They're from Ohio. Ohio is very fond of bowling. So they were bowlers, and we were going to meet. For some reason, I think Bob Casali's dad and mom were in town or something in LA. So we were all going to meet at the bowling alley and bowl. So we're driving there from the Casali's house. Bob's driving. And I think it was a minivan we were in or something. Bob's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. Lisa Casali and the kids are in the back. And we come up to this intersection before we get to the bowling alley. And it was this weird, kind of loopy, weird intersection. Something strange about the intersection. And as we were trying to figure out where to go after the light changed, I said, "Oh, Bob, watch out when you go here so you don't get stuck in this loop." And then he started singing, "Stuck in a loop again, where you're gonna get stuck." And I was like, my mind was blown because here I am sitting with Bob Casali, one of my childhood idols. He starts singing something from Smooth Noodle Maps, right? I was like, oh my God, pinch myself, pinch myself. Is this real? It was so cool. It was so cool. Let me see here. Oh yeah, there's the link to Cardinal Sin's channel. He's been putting some stuff up in there, and I like shout less as I listen to it. Well, Sophia, as you get older, your brain changes, and you know, you might like it someday. It's a weird Devo record. It really is a weird Devo record. Uh, let's see. The Futurismo releases are great, though. I have the total Devo poster on my. Somebody's calling me. Shush now. Um, what are you trying to send, Sophia? The Futurismo releases are great, though. I have the total poster on my door. Oh, cool. DEF CON Disco. Yeah, yeah. Delaney and I worked on those, and Delaney came up with some of those ideas. Jerry and Mark came up with some of the graphics and ideas, but mostly it was me and Delaney working on that stuff. And the graphics, of course, Delaney is a graphics wizard. He does graphics for Lady Gaga, Public Image Limited, like big names. I think he's done like maybe stuff like Rolling Stones, and he used to work for I think Universal or something, where he would do graphics for all kinds of bands. But he's a master. It's not time to dance, Tim. There's no dancing right now. No, no dancing. No, the dancing doesn't happen until those super chats go crazy, like they did that one time when Cardinal was a nut and he said he would match everybody's donation, and that went crazy that night. I've probably never seen anything like that again. That was absolutely fun. Puppet Boy is really funny. Yes, it is. I like how Devo, in some of their albums, they did those voices and the weird caricatures, um, uh, vocal caricatures that they did. I really love that. Bob too was really good at those voices too. Um, we'll have to do that again. Well, yeah. Mm. Yeah, that would be great to do that again, wouldn't it, Cardinal? I mean, not so great for you since you were paying for it, but it was really fun. It made me jump around and dance a bunch. It was like I didn't know what else to do. Like, how else could I repay you for that except dance around? Oh God. I guess we can all agree that the original back cover of Total Devo is something else. Oh, the naked photo. Yeah, the naked photo is funny. Well, I like Shout due to its creative sounds of the Fairlight, though I often like over-polished stuff like Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Oh, Mr. Bartone, Vincenzo, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome by Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Brighter Than a Thousand Suns by Killing Joke. I'm gonna have to listen to those records tomorrow just because you mentioned those. Those are two fantastic albums. Brighter Than a Thousand Suns is like Killing Joke's pop goth record or something. It's like it's beautiful, and it wasn't very popular with Killing Joke fans for sure when it came out. It's a lot of synths, but I love that record, man. Love that record. Um, Ja Pupil downloaded a Fairlight sample pack, and he's been perusing through all the samples. Well, yeah, it's over my head. I could never really be a musician in that way, but I cheers to you, Ja Pupil, for being able to do the electronic music scene. Um, yeah, so wow, we just been hanging and chatting tonight, haven't we, people? And the clown's been behaving. Can you believe it? He hasn't done anything bad. He's just been back there hanging out. He's not throwing poop or anything or cursing. He's just being crochet clown, chilling. Pretty much any album where there's a Fairlight involved, I'm always down for. Oh, okay, right, right, Roy. Anybody like Muzak? I can listen to Muzak every now and then. I had a few Muzak records, but I decided to sell them a couple years ago. I had a good collection of Muzak. On Shout, Jerry is giving it his all, and Mark is just going, "Don't rescue me. I don't want to be." The more you guys keep talking about Shout, the more I want to hear it. I have a lot of things on my list to listen to tomorrow now. Pop music, pop, pop, pop. Now, pop music by M. I remember roller skating to that song when I was learning how to roller skate. That was a big roller skating era song. Talk about pop music. I don't, writer Jordan Jory Lurie, pardon me. I don't know who Jean Jacques Perret is. I'm dumb about that. School me. School me. I don't know who that is. Follow up album, Official Secrets Act was good. What? Oh, I never heard that. H Tom C42. I've never heard the follow up album. Yeah, let's all play Brighter Than the Thousand Suns tomorrow. Who has it? Yeah, M by M. Yeah, I've never heard that record, H Tom. Sophia says, I can imagine it being a great roller skating song. Oh, really? Well, Mark Mothersbaugh did a cover of pop music too, I believe, on some weird compilation. Peter Grace, I never bought Freedom of Choice. I do own Live. I was so into the first two albums, I was worried about them becoming popular with Whip It. And I wanted to maintain that I liked Devo before it was cool. I have since matured. Yeah, well, think of it from Devo's perspective. With Freedom of Choice, they were trying to tap into the mainstream culture to subvert it, to change it from the inside, if you will. So that was a very important album as far as that goes. I mean, they reached me with that album, me being some kid in North Carolina who barely had a radio to listen to. Somehow it found my ears and it changed my whole entire life. Changed my whole life, that song, Whip It. And when I discovered them through Whip It, I thought to myself, I was born right outside of Akron, Ohio in 1967. I lived there till 1978 and didn't know anything about Devo. And as soon as I moved to North Carolina, then I discovered Devo, this band I lived right next to all my childhood. So I felt like I had something to make up for. Like, oh, damn it. Why didn't I discover them in Ohio? Now I have to make up for that. So then I became an extreme fan. Them being from Ohio really kind of tipped me over the top with like, oh my God, this band from Ohio, from where I'm from, nobody's from Ohio, Yeah, they did a remix of it. That's right, Sophia. Not a cover, a remix. Yeah. Yeah, I have the change is going to come. Coin purse, Cardinal. That's a good one. That's a really good item. You watch something for everybody. Oh yeah, Whip It worked out. Yeah, sure. I think I saw it once on Devo-Obsesso. Actually, yeah, the pop music thing. Is that what you're talking about? Sophia? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, Perry was a synth prog pioneer. Oh man, I don't know anything about that person. I would like to learn more about that. Yeah. Oh, okay, one of the first electronic pop artists in the 60s, 70s. Wow. Yeah. not that smart about that stuff. Thank you for the info. All right, so people, 10 minutes, it'll be 2 hours. I think we're going to cut it off in 2 hours. Is that okay with everybody? I don't want to leave anybody hanging, but somebody just made a great comment on my Boogie Boy video where he's like performing solo, and I have these cell phone calls worked into it. Has anybody seen that video on my channel where Boogie Boy is actually calling me on the phone to tell me he's coming to the club? He was sick that night with a cold or flu or something. So Boogie Boy is driving, and I know you guys didn't even know Boogie Boy could drive, but he was driving, and he was calling me, and he was saying that every 2 blocks he had to stop and take a nap. And so somebody just left a really funny comment on that video on my YouTube page, which you should go check out. Somebody tell me more about the coin purse. Oh, hold on, Peter. I'll get it for you. Hold on, okay? It's in the glass case, everybody. Now look at this. Now, Peter, you're close to my age. You're a little older than me. You should remember these things. These were all over the place when we were kids. Coin purses. These little things where you push it like that and it opens up. Well, Devo made a coin purse. A Change Is Gonna Come coin purse, 1990, Enigma Records. You know, probably in Devo's case, it should be held like this. A Change Is Gonna Come. So yeah, there is the coveted Devo change purse. And I've only seen this one. I don't even remember where I got this. I got this many, many, many moons ago. And this is the only one I've ever seen. I haven't even seen anybody else's in their collection that I remember. So that's a rare one. That's a rare one. He said there was so much poop on the street. Wait a second. I think I missed something. What, were we talking about poop in the street? James, did Boogie Boy throw out rubber balls with smiley faces on them? Oh, yeah, most shows. Most shows. Yeah, I bought those through a catalog called, oh, man, now I can't remember. There was a very popular catalog in the 90s, 2000s, probably still around, where you could get all kinds of accoutrements. I think it was actually called accoutrements. But anyway, we bought a lot of rubber balls for a lot of Devo shows, and Boogie Boy has a little fanny pack that he wears live that we cram full of those little rubber balls, and those are really quite a cool stage effect because those little balls are kind of clear rubber, and when the stage lights hit them as they're bouncing off the stage, it looks amazing. And I want to tell you, I think that here's what I remember. Now my brain is feeble and has been damaged over the years by rock and roll, but here's what I remember. Certainly I remember that my punk rock band in the 80s called Rabid Salesman, we always threw rubber balls on the stage like that. We'd bounce them off the stage and boom, they'd go everywhere. I don't remember where I got the idea. But then when I started touring with Devo, I think I told Mark, hey, what about rubber balls? Let's get some rubber balls and throw them on the stage. So I think I gave him that idea to do that for Boogie. And I remember once we bought these little rubber balls where they had smiley faces, but they also said, Jesus loves you on them, which was really great for Boogie to be throwing those out. So yeah, a lot of good ball stories there. Yeah, so I guess you guys still want me to hang out here and talk. I'm getting a little tired, y'all. Getting a little tired. You know, I'm getting a little tired, but we smell sausage. Wait a second, what's that from? That's a backward masking thing, right? Isn't that a backward masking thing? What is CS, James? Cardinal Sin? Is that CS? You first heard Devo when you were 13, Sophia. You know, I think that was about the same age I was. I'm not really good at the math, but in 1980, I was, let's see, I think I was 13. when I heard them. Sophia, I think I was 13 when I heard Devo for the first time. Isn't that a trip? Oh, a Devo coin purse for sale for $43 on Etsy. There you go, people. You know, don't throw your super chats at me. Go buy that coin purse for 43 bucks. Man, you were 18 before you heard Devo, Peter? Holy balls. Man, your brain wasn't even, your skull was all hard by that time. Your skull wasn't even soft anymore. My skull was nice and soft when I heard Devo for the first time. Oh, you were 18 in 1980. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, not me. You're a few years older than me. Do you still have the envelope the Black Flag posters came in? I don't know. Why? Was there something hidden in it? I don't know if I still have the envelope. I don't know. I can't remember. You were born in a Devo household. What does that mean, CKT1138? What does that mean? Kaleido-loop. What is that, Japuple? Oriental trading. Ah, that's where we got the balls. Who said that? Who said Oriental trading? Writer Gordon Jory. Yeah. Oriental trading. I think they also went under the name accoutrements. And there was also somebody named something Salamander. Commander Salamander, maybe. That was a catalog that did that kind of stuff. I was born in 1995 and both of my parents were big fans. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of people your age discovered Devo through their parents. Not me, because my parents were barely into music at all, which was weird. I mean, my family in general was really not a music family per se. I mean, my sister went to concerts. She took me to my first Kiss concert. My brother's into music, but they're not really music fans, like most of us are. So I was really the weirdo in the family as far as being so drawn to music and art and weird stuff. I don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, the old Oriental trading catalogs. Yeah, I might still have some of those around because while Devo was touring, I would always keep the most recent Oriental trading catalog, in my house so that in case I had to order rubber balls or silly string or whatever the hell we were ordering. So, wait a second, Sophia, your parents got into Devo from you? I have never heard that, especially from somebody your age. I've never heard that the youngster turned on the parents to Devo. That is beautiful. Sophia, you're going to, the rock and roll heaven when you die. You know that, right? Not the Christian heaven. Forget that. The rock and roll heaven. You're going there when you die. If you ever die, you may be immortal. Who knows? You're on that path, I think. Oh yeah, MX-80 sound for sure. Yeah, I don't own any MX-80 sound, but you mentioning that to CKT1138 made me think. I don't even own any of their stuff. IKR plus? What? IKR7 plus? What kind of code is that? I don't even know what that means. She's going to rock and roll heaven. Rock and roll heaven is now. No, it's not. No, pandemic can't be rock and roll heaven. There's no rock and roll right now. IKR question mark plus. What does that mean? What kind of code is that? Michael Pilmer. That is true. Christine Wright verified this at DEVOtional 19 when Lori, the guitar winner, and I were there. Oh, okay. Wow. There actually was a rock and roll heaven section at the Hard Rock Park Museum. But I bet you it was far from the real rock and roll heaven. Oh, I know, right. I don't know all these codes, these little things that you type into chats yet. I'm learning, though. I know, right? I'm also electronic alternative scene industrial. Ooh, I'm big into industrial, CK. Big. When I discovered industrial in the early to mid 80s, it changed me. I found the genre called difficult listening back then, which was basically bands like Controlled Bleeding, Throbbing Gristle, early severed heads, wine burp, and that stuff was great. It was really, really difficult listening, especially when you just discover it. You know, just the sound of like crash, bang, glass breaking, explosions, kind of shit like that. Neubauten, of course. I never saw Neubauten live, but man, Cardinal, I would have loved to. Check out my music and roast me. It's on my channel. Oh yeah, difficult listening is the best kind. I'll go check out your channel, CKT1138. If I could, yeah, I'll try to go back in the chat after the stream and look up your name. And but hey, CKT1138. If you think about it, go to my YouTube page, about page, find my email address, or go to any of my websites, Devo-Obsesso.com, iThrup.com, whatever, and contact me and send me your page link so that I remember to go check it out. Okay? Because I don't always get a chance to go back through the live stream chats and look for things, but if you contact me, I would love to see your channel. I know, 42 likes, pretty good, huh? 1 dislike. We always got to like those too, you know? Some people just, you know, they don't like it, which is great. I've never tried to please everybody, that's for sure. But I am going to shut this down really soon because I need to go do cat stuff for my kitties, and I need to eat something because I've not eaten anything in a while. They all count as engagement for YouTube. Yeah, I know, it's all the same. It looks better to have more thumbs up, of course, makes you feel better inside as a person. But if there's a couple of thumbs down, that's kind of cool because if I'm pleasing everybody, I'm doing something wrong, right? Because, you know, normies and stuff. You don't want to please the normies. You don't want to please them. Do eat the nutrient. What is that from? I don't know what that means. My goodness. All right, so you guys and gals and mutants and devotees and spuds, I so appreciate you being here with me from the bottom of my soiled rock and roll satanic heart. I love you. And I want to see you here next Thursday. Sophia, I know you can't be here. Such good luck is coming from me to you for your great event you're going to on Thursday. Congratulations on that. I will be looking forward to seeing you, Sophia, and your family on the following Saturday, November 14th. It's going to be a little stressful for me, I think, on that day, but I'm going to try to like push through it and make everything good and happy for everybody. I will check the Wayback Machine CD in the package. Yes, I will. Good night, Michael666. Thank you, James. See you now for the future. Hey, thank you, everybody. May the rock and roll gods bless you as they have blessed me. And I mean that honestly and sincerely. Really, I do. Thank you for the super chats. Charlie really got a boner over those. And thank you for spreading such good energy tonight. I really appreciate all the new people that we saw in here. And Vincenzo, thank you, brother, for coming. You're appreciated, my friend. Yeah, that burp was pretty good, Sebastian, right? Rock on. Oh, Lavoisian, you just got here. I'm getting ready to shut down. But man, thank you for everybody. Lavoisian is my friend Lee Harrison, who's from the band Monstrosity, death metal band. He's also in Terrorizer. Go check out his solo project, Lavoisian, right there. Great stuff. Thank you, Lee, for showing up. You're much appreciated, brother. Cardinal Sin, you rule. Peter Graves, you rule. Tim, you rule. You know who rules. All these people in this chat rule. And here's one more cheers to you. And I'm going to leave you guys with a little freebie noise, okay? A little freebie noise. Here we go. Ready? Bye.